What's up everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in on my new video with my new background with a little bit of light. I'm testing out the lights. I have more lights. I want to see what works, what doesn't work. And mind you, I live in New York City, so there's going to be lots of noises. I don't have my studio yet, but that's the goal. Today I want to bring you guys a video about all those aspiring makeup artists out there. Whether you're a girl, whether you're a boy, whatever you are, if you're trying to find your place in this industry as a makeup artist, how to get a job in MAC, how to get a job in Sephora, these are just some tips that I've picked up on along the way. I know you're gonna ask me, okay, so why should we listen to you? So just to give you guys a little bit of background of what I do, I used to work for Guerlain, which is a very, very, very high-end brand, and I used to work for Shiseido in the Macy's Herald Square. Macy's Herald Square is actually one of the biggest Macy's in the world, and it's not that easy to get in there. So I've worn a lot of hats in my life. I also worked at a recruitment company where I actually trained people on how to interview properly and how to get the job, because my job was to source out makeup artists to different makeup stores, whether it be we did a lot with Kiko, we did a lot with many brands that I feel like this knowledge is important. I wish I would have seen a video like this when I was younger back then on how to get a job at a makeup retail space. This is definitely one of those steps that I feel that you have to do in order to become a makeup artist, a full-time freelance makeup artist, work for yourself. I think that's all kind of what our goal is. Work for yourself, be your own boss. I feel like I've worn so many hats in this industry, especially when, you know, my main occupation has always been acting and modeling, but I did pick up makeup along the way because it was kind of just something that fit in. You know, you go to photo shoots, you don't want someone to mess up your hair, and it's good to know a lot about everything. So I take this very seriously, but this video is strictly kind of just tips and tricks on how to get a job at your favorite makeup store, and hopefully this works for you. So stay tuned and keep on watching. So let's start with the video. I'm gonna be looking down at my notebook because I did take a lot of notes of things I didn't want to forget. So the main thing of working at like a Sephora, at a MAC, know the brand. That is my number one thing. Know the brand, study the brand, know what brands they carry at that place, whether it's Sephora or Ulta. MAC in this case is just strictly MAC. But any makeup beauty store that you want to apply for, know the brand, be passionate about the brand. I mean, you're getting a job there because you need to sell. And what do you have to do to sell? Know your product, know what you're talking about, and be friendly and be talkative. And those are things that you need to have before you start this whole process. So know the brand, be passionate about the brand, know it back and forth. Number two, something that I'm very familiar with doing, because I did recently do this with my best friend, and it was something that I did for basically almost 2 years, is role play. Role play with your best friend, role play with your mom, with your dad, with your neighbor, role play with anyone in interview process. The interview process is basically, for actors, it's our audition. It's nerve-wracking, you're scared, you might blank out, you might not know what's happening, and people tend to get very, very nervous. It's almost like public speaking. But the way that you can get rid of that is knowing what the beep to do, knowing what to speak, knowing how to answer, and knowing in the back of your head, just preparing yourself that those things that they're gonna ask you. So that's why I say role playing as interviewing. Play with your best friend and just questions. Google, literally, Google is my best friend. One of the biggest lessons in my life was literally working at this recruitment company and me asking a fellow coworker, how do you work this Excel sheet? Because I needed to make an Excel of all the makeup artists that I trained and where to source them out. She literally looked at me in the eye and she was like, Google it. If I tell you how to do it, it's not gonna make no sense. Biggest lesson of my life. So Google the questions that they might ask you at interviews. They're gonna ask you those tough questions like, what are your 3 top things that you would say are the best qualities of you? What are your 3 biggest flaws? You know, those tricky questions, study them, know how to answer them, know how to finesse them, have them in the back of your mind and prepare them in almost like a role. expect the unexpected and hope, you know, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. They're gonna ask you all sorts of questions. Study and role play that. It's the biggest thing that you could do, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be prepared. It's all about practicing. Don't be nervous. And the main thing they're gonna ask you too is know why you're an asset to their company. You have to sell. They're hiring you. They're paying you. Why should they hire you? Why should this multi-million-dollar company get you out of all these people that are interviewing? And my biggest thing is be yourself and have a personality. Don't be so dull. Don't be so boring. You know, this is the time. I don't care. Fake it till you make it. My next tip. Super horrible, because I used to go through these resumes all day, every day at this job. Your resume has to embody what you are going for. If I am going for a role of a nurse, I'm not gonna go looking like an exotic dancer. I'm not gonna go looking like a party girl. Same thing, your resume has to embody what role you're going for. You're a makeup artist, so whatever is related to makeup, put it there. Any volunteer work. I'm not saying lie, but play around a little bit. Dance with the words a bit, you know? This is your passion. Especially if you're just entering and you don't have that much experience, be honest, but be yourself and tell them that you're passionate, that you're willing to learn, that you're a fast learner, and just start doing it on the side. Do makeup to make a portfolio, make an Instagram makeup, have a way to showcase your makeup. Even if you're just learning, watch YouTube videos. Anyone in this year or in this century of us with Google, with YouTube, that is not learning something, honestly, you're straight up just lazy and you're not getting the point, because all the resources are out there for you. Google how you should have your resume. I can't stress it enough. I hate when I see a resume and you're coming for a position of a makeup artist and there's a serving job. That's not what it is. And I am not looking for a resume that's more than one page. It needs to be like that wow factor. Just go through it, make sure there's no typos. The same thing that I said about your resume is the same thing that I have to say about what you look like. You are going into an interview, you need to impress these people. You are selling yourself, keyword selling yourself. So I do not want you going in an interview looking all dirty tennis shoes, ripped jeans. No, you go in there like you own the company. You go in there like you're an executive. I literally laughed because I was shooting this commercial, and it's just funny the way they said it. My presentation, they said the way I spoke, and my haircut. They're like, wow, we actually thought you worked, you know, corporate. I'm like, no, but I carry myself like I work corporate. I carry myself like I own the company. That's what you need to do. Don't go into an interview looking like you're going to Sushi Mambo and ordering a whole mojito by yourself. You get the point. Look the part, be the part, get the part. Easy. One question that they always ask in interviews, or I saw a little lanita, like a little thing flying in the air. One thing that they tend to always ask in interviews, I never did because I wasn't that girl. But they're always gonna ask you, do you have any questions for me? Number one mistake, you not asking questions, because that just means that you're not interested. It's like going on a date, right? You go on a date with a man. If the man is not asking questions about you, or he's not interactive, what does that mean? He doesn't care about you. He does not care about you whatsoever. Ask questions, whether it be the typical, why do you enjoy working here? What's great about working in this company? Fake it till you make it. So if you're trying to get a job at Mac, one of the biggest things with Mac is that they're gonna ask you to bring a model and to apply makeup on them. Pause. This is where it gets tricky. Usually when they do that, they take you into this room, you start doing makeup, but they don't do it. They don't let you do it on your model. They switch the models on purpose. No color, no theory, study, do YouTube. And honestly, if this is just you in the beginning, Mac is very competitive. I would suggest you research a lot and practice a lot on different skin tones because they're very big on that. They sell color for all of the shades, all of the ranges. So MAC is a little bit harder. Sephora is a little bit easier because it depends what position, if you're going to be in the cashier, if you're going to be, you know, a colorist, I believe is what they call it, where they help you and they actually do the makeup on you. If you don't know much, it's fine. You're gonna learn. Some people don't learn by someone teaching them. Sometimes people are more hands-on, and there's nothing wrong with that. Be honest with the person. If you feel the vibe with the interview and you feel like this person is letting you be comfortable, and just say, listen, I am not, you can say, I am not an expert 100% on makeup, but I have been learning and I am eager, I am willing, and this is my passion, and I would love to learn and I would love to know more. I know that I would be an asset to your company because I am a fast learner. This brand, I live and breathe this brand. Blah, blah. Just talk. Just talk. You got this. And last but not least, good luck. I wish you guys the best. Be prepared. Be ready to answer questions that you do not want to answer. It's just how famous people become media trained, when they're asked questions that they don't want to answer, and that whole trick is just knowing how to, being so articulate and knowing so well words that you're able to just finesse and flip the switch on them. Read, practice, look the part, sell yourself, know how to sell yourself. And if you're selling a product, be there ready to sell the product. You know, just always pick one thing, one or two things, and say, yeah, you know, I love, let's say Ulta, I love that you guys sell both high-end and drugstore brands. You know, one of my favorite brands that you carry is BH Cosmetics. The price range is so able, and it's a price range that's reachable. It's something that I can definitely get, something I don't have to save too much for it. But if I do want to get something else, you guys have the prestige brands. I love Too Faced, I love NARS, I love those. Know what you're talking about and you'll be fine. I wish you the best of luck. You're gonna feel nervous, but that's fine. When you feel nervous is because you care. I wish you guys the best. If you guys have any questions, click down there, leave me a comment, like this video, comment, subscribe, help me share my, share my videos. Hopefully this can help anyone out there, and that's all I want to do. I don't know why someone's screaming out there, but I live in New York, so you're gonna hear everything. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys. Bye.